Have you ever brought home a Dollar Tree fall bargain, only to find it looked a little, well, cheaper than chic once you set it out on the porch or tucked it into your garden? You're not alone. Many of us, especially during the cozy fall season, get tempted by those too good to pass up finds. But here's the truth. Sometimes those bargains don't stretch as far as we hoped. And isn't that a concern for many of us? Wasting money on things that don't last, adding clutter instead of charm, or watching a decoration fade and crumble before the season even ends. It's frustrating, especially when we're trying to make our spaces warm, inviting, and beautiful without breaking the bank. I like to smile about it though, because some of these items fade faster than pumpkin spice lattes disappear in December. You know, the kind you set them out with pride, and before you've even pulled out your Thanksgiving casserole dish, they've already lost their sparkle. That's exactly why we're here today, together, on Golden Year's Lifestyle Hub. This is the space where gardening, decorating, and simple joys come together in ways that make sense for us in this season of life. Whether you're sprucing up your front porch, cozying up your garden corners, or just looking for affordable ideas that last, you're in the right place. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by. And if you've been with me for a while, you know we like to keep things simple, warm, and budget-friendly. Now, if you enjoy these kinds of tips, ideas that help you make your home and garden more beautiful without overspending, go ahead and subscribe. That way, we can keep growing together, one little project at a time. So grab your cup of tea, settle into your favorite chair, and let's talk about some fall decorating decisions that can save you money, time, and headaches. Because here's the truth, cheap doesn't always mean chic. And today I'll show you exactly what to watch out for this season. Now let's gently ease into the heart of today's topic, those little fall decor mistakes that sneak into our carts before we even realize it. You know how it goes. You're strolling down the seasonal aisle, maybe humming along to the store music, and suddenly you see that glittery pumpkin, or those bright orange plastic leaves. It's so easy to grab them, because they promise instant fall cheer at just $1 or $2. But here's the thing, not every bargain is a blessing. Some of these quick buys end up costing us more in the long run, not just in money, but in clutter, wasted effort, and decorations that simply don't hold up. And that can feel discouraging, especially when what we really want is something lasting, something that makes our home feel warm and welcoming all season long. The good news is, avoiding just a few of these common mistakes will save you time, money, and frustration. And instead of chasing after every trendy piece, you'll have a fall garden and porch that feel timeless rather than temporary, cozy instead of cluttered. So as we step into this list, I want you to imagine your space filled with decorations that make you smile every time you walk outside, a porch that feels inviting, a garden corner that glows with autumn warmth, and pieces that don't just look nice today but still hold their charm by Thanksgiving. That's the kind of fall beauty we're aiming for. And together, we're going to get there. Alright, let's begin with the first 3 little missteps that often trip us up in the fall aisles. Mistake 1, foam pumpkins that fade in the sunlight. They look so cheerful in the store, bright orange, lightweight, and ready to perch on your porch. But the minute they sit outside under that autumn sun, the colors start to wash out. Before long, that once vibrant pumpkin is looking more like a pale peach than a proud fall decoration. The fix? Go for real gourds and pumpkins, which last surprisingly long outdoors when kept dry, or if you prefer faux, take the time to paint and seal them with a clear protective coat. That way, they'll stand strong against the season instead of fading before the cider is even gone. Mistake 2, plastic garden stakes that snap in the wind. Oh, those little decorative stakes, they're tempting, aren't they? A friendly scarecrow here, a smiling pumpkin face there. But when the first strong breeze or autumn rain hits, snap, the brittle plastic just doesn't hold up, and nobody wants to see their cheerful decoration face down in the mud. A smarter choice is wooden or metal stakes. They cost just a little more, but they'll stand tall right through the season, and often last year after year. Mistake 3, artificial leaves with unrealistic colors. Now this one always makes me chuckle. You know the ones, those neon orange or oddly shiny leaves that glow brighter than a traffic light. They might look fun in the package, but once scattered around your porch or garden, They tend to look more plastic than picturesque. Instead, try blending faux leaves with natural elements like pine cones, dried seed pods, or pots of mums. That way, even if you sneak in a few faux bits, the overall look feels authentic and warm, rather than glaringly artificial. See how just a few small swaps can make all the difference? These little choices turn your decorations from temporary fillers into cozy accents that truly celebrate the season. Let's keep moving along, because the next 3 mistakes are ones I see far too often, and they can turn your lovely fall setup into a bit of a mess if we're not careful. Mistake 4. Overuse of glitter decor outdoors. Glitter may sparkle under the store lights, but once it comes home and sits on the porch, that shimmer has a way of turning into a mess. The rain washes it away, the wind scatters it across the yard, and before long, you're finding tiny specks of gold and red stuck to everything. Instead, lean into pieces with a soft matte finish. Burlap bows, wooden signs, or fabric pumpkins hold their beauty without the trail of sparkle that follows you all season long. Mistake 5. Weak plastic tools for fall cleanup. Now this one is a practical concern more than a decorative one. Dollar Tree rakes, trowels, or hand tools can seem like a great bargain, but the truth is, many of them snap the first time they meet a pile of wet leaves or packed soil. They're fine for light, simple tasks, like scooping potting soil or sweeping up seed shells, but when it comes to heavy-duty fall cleanup, it's better to invest in sturdier tools. Your back and your patience will thank you. Mistake 6. Dollar candles left in sun or heat. I'll admit, candles are one of those things that just call to us in fall. The warm glow, the cozy atmosphere, it's hard to resist. But the problem with inexpensive wax candles is that they don't hold up outside. The sun, even in cooler weather, can cause them to melt, warp, or crack before you've had the chance to enjoy them. A safer and longer-lasting choice? LED flameless candles. They give you that same golden glow without the worry, and many are even made with timers so they click on right at dusk, like magic. Little swaps like these not only save you from headaches but also create a setup that looks intentional and polished, without the oops moments that cheap decor sometimes brings. Now, let's look at 3 more common little slip-ups that can quietly take the charm out of your fall garden or porch. Mistake 7. Thin plastic pots for outdoor plants. At first glance, those lightweight plastic pots seem so handy. They're easy to carry, they don't cost much, and they look just fine on the shelf. But once the cooler fall nights roll in, the thin plastic can crack or split, especially when the soil inside gets damp and expands. The fix? If you already have them, double up by slipping the plastic pot inside a sturdier container, or when you can, choose ceramic, resin, or even heavy-duty plastic that's built for outdoor weather. Your mums and pansies will thank you. Mistake 8. Flimsy netting or mesh. Those rolls of garden mesh at the dollar store might look like a clever way to protect plants or keep critters out, but in reality, they often tangle, tear, and can even be unsafe for wildlife. Birds or small animals can get caught, which none of us want to see. A smarter choice is to go for sturdier garden mesh or chicken wire. It lasts longer, does the job properly, and gives you peace of mind that your garden is safe. Mistake 9. Cartoonish figurines. This one always makes me smile. Those little scarecrows, gnomes, or pumpkin people with oversized eyes and silly grins. While they might be fun indoors or for kids' parties, they can look a little tacky when scattered outdoors. Instead, choose one tasteful accent piece, like a rustic lantern, a ceramic pumpkin, or even a single well-made garden statue. Less really is more here, and it creates a look that feels cozy, elegant, and timeless rather than cluttered. Small choices like these shape the entire feel of your outdoor space. With just a bit of thought, your garden can move from looking seasonal bargain bin to truly autumn beautiful. Alright, let's gently move into the next 3 mistakes, because these are ones that sneak up on so many of us when we're trying to dress up our porches or patios for fall. Mistake 10. Cheap tablecloths outdoors. They're colorful, festive, and only $1. What could go wrong? Well, quite a bit once the wind kicks up. Thin plastic tablecloths tear easily, flap around, or worse, go flying down the street like a runaway kite. Instead, Look for weighted options or choose a sturdy fabric tablecloth that you can reuse. Even better, a simple neutral fabric can be dressed up with seasonal runners or centerpieces, giving you flexibility year after year. Mistake 11. Garden flags with weak stitching. A garden flag fluttering in the breeze is a charming touch, but the ones from the dollar bins often don't last beyond one season. The stitching unravels, the fabric frays, and before long, it's more tattered than tasteful. A simple tip? If you've already bought one, reinforce the seams with a quick stitch or even some fabric glue, or invest in a slightly sturdier version, one that can wave proudly through fall after fall. Mistake 12. Overcrowding Dollar Tree decor. Now this one is less about durability and more about design. It's so tempting, isn't it? A scarecrow here, 3 pumpkins there, a handful of leaves, a banner, maybe even a glittery sign, and suddenly, your porch looks more like a clearance aisle than a cozy welcome. The reminder here is simple: less is often more. 1 or 2 statement pieces, paired with natural touches like mom's gourds or a plaid throw, create a space that feels warm and inviting without overwhelming the eye. These little adjustments don't just save you from frustration, they create a calmer, cozier space that feels like it belongs in every season of your life, not just one rushed shopping trip. Let's bring it home with the final 3 mistakes, because these are the ones that really separate a fall setup that feels lasting and welcoming from one that feels a bit too temporary. Mistake 13. Solar lights that stop working quickly. We've all seen those budget solar lights sitting in the seasonal aisle, promising a soft glow at dusk, but often the tiny panels or weak batteries stop working after just a few nights. Instead of lining your whole walkway with them and ending up in the dark, try mixing in a few better quality solar lights alongside. Use the Dollar Tree versions for accent spots, like tucked into planters, while sturdier models do the heavy lifting. That way, you'll still get the sparkle without the disappointment. Mistake 14. Plastic wreath bases. A pretty wreath on the door is one of the easiest ways to say, "Welcome, fall." But those thin plastic wreath forms, they crack in storage, and by the time next season rolls around, you're left with bits and pieces that won't hold anything together. Grapevine bases or sturdy wire wreaths are a much better investment. They can handle years of decorating, and you can even change them up each season, add leaves in fall, evergreens in winter, or flowers in spring. Mistake 15. Over-reliance on plastic everything. This one is more of an overall theme than a single item. When every piece of your decor is plastic, pumpkins, leaves, flowers, wreaths, it tends to look more temporary than timeless. The secret: blend in real elements, twigs, pine cones, dried hydrangeas, or even a bundle of cornstalks. Bring nature's beauty into the mix. Those natural touches soften the plastic and create an inviting, lived-in feel that no bargain bin can compete with. When you keep these 3 tips in mind, your fall decor stops being a collection of throwaways and starts feeling like a true extension of your home. Durable, cozy, and welcoming, just the way autumn should be. Don't feel bad if you've made some of these mistakes. Truly, we've all been there. I still laugh remembering the year I proudly set out a cheerful little scarecrow from the dollar bin, only to find that by mid-October, it had lost its head. Let's just say, it looked more like a spooky Halloween prank than the warm fall welcome I had in mind. And that's the point. These slip-ups aren't failures, they're just lessons learned. The beauty of fall decorating is that it doesn't take much to turn things around. A few smart swaps, choosing a sturdier pot, blending in natural elements, or picking 1 or 2 statement pieces instead of 20, can transform your garden and porch into a cozy autumn haven. More importantly, I want you to remember this: fall decorating should bring joy, not stress. It's about sipping cider on the porch, hearing the crunch of leaves underfoot, and smiling each time you catch sight of a cheerful pumpkin or glowing lantern. This season is meant for warmth, comfort, and simple pleasures, not chasing perfection or cluttering your space with things that don't last. So take your time, enjoy the process, and choose what makes your heart feel happy. After all, It's those small, thoughtful touches that turn a house into a home and a garden into a sanctuary. Before we wrap up, let me share 3 quick bonus tips that can save you even more time and trouble this fall. First, the smell check. Some bargain items, especially plastics and faux flowers, come with a strong chemical odor. If it makes you wrinkle your nose in the store, it's not something you'll want lingering in your garden or on the porch. A quick sniff test can save you from bringing home something that doesn't feel fresh or safe for your space. Second, the sun check. Ask yourself, can this item survive even one sunny day outside? If the answer is no, then it certainly won't last the whole season. Sunlight, even in cooler months, can be harsh on weak materials. Choose items that can handle the outdoors, or plan to keep delicate pieces under shade or indoors. And finally, less is more. Sometimes one well-made wreath, a sturdy lantern, or a cluster of real gourds outshines 10 cheap decorations. A few quality choices give your space elegance and warmth without feeling cluttered or overwhelming. These simple reminders are like little guiding lights. They help you enjoy the beauty of fall without the stress of wasted money or disappointing decor. Let's take a gentle moment to recap everything we've talked about, because I know it's easy for little details to slip away once the video ends. We'll do it in simple groups of 5 so it's easy to remember. Group 1: foam pumpkins that fade, plastic garden stakes that snap, artificial leaves that look too neon, glitter decor that makes a mess, and weak plastic tools that break under pressure. Group 2: dollar candles that melt in the sun, thin plastic pots that crack in the cold, flimsy netting that tangles, cartoonish figurines that can look tacky, and tablecloths that tear or fly away. Group 3: garden flags with weak stitching, overcrowding too many decorations, solar lights that give up quickly, plastic wreath bases that don't last, and relying on too much plastic everything. Even avoiding just 2 or 3 of these can make your fall garden feel more peaceful, polished, and enjoyable. It's not about perfection, it's about creating a space that feels warm and welcoming every time you step outside. Your fall garden deserves sturdy helpers and decorations that last more than a season. The whole point of decorating isn't to spend more or stress more, it's to bring warmth, comfort, and joy into your home and garden. And here's the softer truth: it's not about perfection, it's about creating spaces that make you smile every time you step outside. Whether it's a simple wreath on the door, a lantern glowing at dusk, or a cluster of pumpkins on the porch, those little touches remind us of the beauty of autumn, and they're more meaningful than any bargain bin find could ever be. So take what you've learned today, choose wisely, and enjoy the process. And if you found this video helpful, I'd love for you to subscribe to Golden Years Lifestyle Hub. That way, we can keep sharing ideas, tips, and encouragement, season after season. Take care, enjoy your cozy autumn haven, and remember, every little thoughtful choice you make is a gift of beauty for tomorrow. If this video gave you a smile or saved you a few dollars, please subscribe to Golden Years Lifestyle Hub and share it with a friend who loves gardening. Together we can keep finding ways to make our homes and gardens more beautiful, affordable, and joyful in every season of life. Take care, enjoy your cozy fall garden, and remember, every little choice you make today is a gift of peace for tomorrow.